Hi all, so welcome back to my channel, Nugget Concepts. So if you're new to my channel, so myself Murindra, so I'm a blogger who will be sharing the information on Nugget Concepts. As most of the people asking me to make a video on the bits of 8085, so that's the reason I have ended up to make this video. So those who are preparing for the examination of Vector India, so in the examination point of view, you will be having a chance to attend either 8086 microprocessor or 8085 microprocessor. Like you can attend any one of them. So previously I have made a video on bits of 8086. So if you haven't watched it, so I'll be linking them in the playlist in the iBar as well as in the description box. So and nextly, this is the part 1 video of 8085 bits. So what are you waiting for? So get started. So as discussed, so let's start the video on bits on 8085 part 1. So when you are going to the bits, you can see some keywords are marked with the red color. So try to make a note of them and try to read the bits carefully so that it would be easy for you to understand and it won't give you and end up in confusion. So now let's start the session on bits. Bit number 1. Which was the enhanced version of 8080 microprocessor? So the answer will be 8085. So before 8085 came into existence, they used to use 8080 for applications. Bit number 2. What is the advantage of 8085 microprocessor over 8080 microprocessor? So basically there are two advantages. It has on-chip clock and control unit. So basically 8085 microprocessor is having on-chip clock and control unit, and it only requires one power supply of plus 12 volts. So these are advantages of 8085. But whereas coming to 8080, 8080 does not have both on-chip clock and control unit on the same chip. It is having on different chips, like on-chip clock on different chip and control unit on different chip. And it always requires two power supplies, like one power supply for on-chip clock and one power supply for control unit. That's the reason, in order to modify these disadvantages, they have invented the 8085 microprocessor for the general purpose applications. Bit number 3. Name the registers of 8085. Basically there are 8 registers for 8085 microprocessor. So those are A register, basically called accumulator, flag register, B register, C register, D register, E, H and L. So now there are some note points which needs to be remembered for the registers of 8085 microprocessor. So those are the registers what you are seeing now. They can be used either as 8-bit registers or else they can be used as 16-bit registers. You'll be having a doubt like how they can be used as 16-bit registers. So if you combine the registers 8 plus 8, then you can use as 16-bit registers, but you should not combine as your wish. Like you can't combine BH, BL, AB, all the stuff. So there are some rules like whichever registers are used and can be combined. So those information will be listed now. So the valid registers pairs are BC, DE, HL register pairs. So if you want to use as combination, you can use any one of them. Next one, bit number 4. Dash register pair can be used for register indirect addressing mode. So the answer will be HL register pair. So HL register pair, it is used for register indirect addressing mode, and also this register pair can be used as data pointer. Bit number 5. Dash is 8-bit buffer register extensively used in arithmetic, logical, load and store operations as well as in input-output operations. So the answer will be accumulator. So accumulator is generally an 8-bit general purpose register. Bit number 6. Dash bit is set if the result of operation of instruction is negative. So the answer will be sign flag. So whenever the most significant bit or the 7th bit is negative number, then this carry flag which is present in the flag register will be set its value to 1. Bit number 7. Dash is set if the result of the operation of instruction is 0, otherwise the flag is 0, like the flag is reset. So the answer will be 0 flag. So whenever you're performing any arithmetic operations, if the result of the operation is 0, then the 0 flag will be set its value to 1. If it is not 0, it will set its value to 0. Bit number 8. The dash bit is set to 1 if there exists a carry or borrow to the highest order bit as a result of execution of addition or subtraction instructions. So the answer will be carry flag. So whenever there is any carry after 7th bit, then this carry flag which is present in the flag register will be setting its value to 1. So in the next slide I'll be showing you like which is the carry flag, like which is the carry bit or which is the auxiliary bit. Bit number 9. After an arithmetic and logical operations, if the result is having even number of ones, dash flag is set. So the answer will be parity flag. So parity flag is set whenever your operation or your any arithmetic instruction operation is having even number of ones. Bit number 10. Dash flag is set to 1 if there is an overflow at bit 3 of accumulator. So the answer will be auxiliary flag. So now I'll be showing you what is auxiliary carry and what is carry bit. So here I'm taking one operation of these two numbers. So this is called lower bits, lower 4 bits. This is called higher 4 bits. So higher 4 bits is called higher nibble and lower 4 bits is called lower nibble. You should not call lower bits, you have to call as lower nibble. So whenever like you have to count bit 0, bit 1, bit 2, bit 3, bit 4, bit 5, bit 6 and bit 7. So whenever there is any borrow or carry or overflow in between bit 3 and bit 4, like bit 3 and bit 4, then the auxiliary carry flag will be setting out. Now if there is any carry or any borrow after bit 7, like after most significant bit, then the carry flag will be setting out. So this is for auxiliary carry which is in between bit 4 and bit 3 and it is carry after bit 7. So don't get confused, try to understand it properly. Now bit number 11. Dash acts as a pointer which indicates the address of next instruction to be fetched and executed. The answer will be program counter. So program counter is a 16-bit register, so which will be acting as a pointer which indicates the address of next instruction to be fetched and executed. Bit number 12. Dash is an area on RAM in which temporary information is stored. So the answer will be stack. So stack is a part of RAM where the temporary information is stored. Bit number 13. Stack of 8085 follows dash basis. So the answer will be first in first out. So whatever value is pushed onto the stack first, so it will be the first value which will be popped from the stack. So first value will be coming in, the same first value will be coming out. Bit number 14. Dash unit carries out the arithmetic and logical calculations of data stored in general purpose registers or in memory locations. So the answer will be ALU. So the arithmetic and logical unit will be carrying out the arithmetic and logical operations of the data which is stored in the memory or which is stored in the registers. Bit number 15. Dash fetches an instruction from the memory for its execution. So the answer will be CPU. So the central processing unit will be fetching out the instruction from the memory and it will be executing out to make its operation to be validated. Bit number 16. Number of general purpose registers of 8085. Basically I have told you there are 8 registers of 8085. So out of these 8 registers, 6 of the registers can be used as general purpose registers. So they are B, C, D, E, H and L. So as I told you earlier, some of them can be used as a pair as or a 16-bit registers like B, C, H, L and all the stuff. Bit number 17. Dash register is used to store 8-bit data and perform arithmetical and logical instructions, or all the arithmetic and logical operations are performed on dash contents, and one of the operand is always taken into accumulator. So the answer will be accumulator. So accumulator is the 8-bit general purpose, like 8-bit register, which can perform arithmetical and logical operations, and whenever you will get the result, like the result can be stored in the accumulator. Bit number 18. Name the flags of 8085. So as I told you earlier, there are some flags which will be present in the flag register of 8085. So some of the flags are zero flag, carry flag, sign flag, parity flag, auxiliary carry flag. Bit number 19. What is the duty cycle of 8085 microprocessor? So the answer will be 50%. Bit number 20. Dash is used as address bus during the first clock cycle of the machine cycle, and which should be used as data bus during the remaining clock cycles. So the answer will be address latch enable. So one of the most important bit. So address latch enable will be used as address bus during the first clock cycle of the machine cycle, and during the remaining clock cycles it will be acting as a data bus. Bit number 21. Dash is an active low signal to be connected to memory read input or to input output read signal to enable the input output buffer. So the answer will be read signal. So before going on to this signal, so try to remember that on the top of read signal there will be a bar. So read signal is an active low signal, so which is used when you want to read the input device, or when you want to read data from output device, or when you want to read the data from memory. So then you will be using the read signal, so which is an active low signal. Bit number 22. Dash signal is used to write to the memory of input output device. So the answer will be write signal. So write signal is also an active low signal, so which will be having bar on top of the signal. So if you want to write the data onto the memory, or if you want to write the data onto the input device, or you want to write the data onto the output device, you will be using this write signal, so which is active low signal. Bit number 23. Dash signal distinguishes that the address and the data is meant for either input output devices or memory. So the answer will be input output hash m bar. So this particular signal, input output or memory, this signal distinguishes whether the address line or the data line is meant for either input output devices or the memory device. So whenever this particular signal is high, the microprocessor will communicate with the input output devices, and whenever this particular signal is low, then the microprocessor will communicate with the memory device. Bit number 24. The dash signal along with input output memory signal indicate the type of machine cycle in progress. So the answer will be status signals. So there will be two status signals in 8085 microprocessor. So those will be S0 and S1. So these two signals along with input output and memory signal will be able to indicate what type of machine cycle is on progress. Like we'll be having machine cycles like fetch, opcode, decode, and etc. So depending upon the bits of S0, S1 and input output memory, the type of machine cycle will be carrying out. Bit number 25. Dash and dash signals are used for DMA operation. So the answer will be hold and HLDA. HLDA stands for hold acknowledge. So both hold and hold acknowledge signals are used for the direct memory access operation. So this is one of the most asked question. Bit number 26. Whenever dash signal is high, the CPU temporarily relinquishes its operation by floating address, data and control buses. So the answer will be hold signal. So whenever the hold signal is high, the CPU temporarily leaves its operation by floating the address, data or the control buses. Bit number 27. A high dash signal is also sent to DMA controller, indicating that CPU has received the hold request. So the answer will be hold acknowledge. So whenever the high hold acknowledge signal is sent to the direct memory access controller, then the CPU will indicate that it has received the hold request. So when the hold acknowledge is sent, then the CPU will be indicating that it has received the hold request. So both hold and hold acknowledge are having some interlinkage. So try to understand it. Bit number 28. Dash signal is used to synchronize the speed of CPU and peripheral devices or to slow down the speed of 8085. So ready signal. So ready signal is used to synchronize the speed of CPU or else the peripheral devices, or else it is used to slow down the speed of 8085 microprocessor. Bit number 29. The dash signal may be low from the operator reset button or from the processor. So the answer will be reset in bar. So reset in bar is a signal which will be low from the operator reset button or from the processor. Bit number 30. When dash signal is low, the CPU will reset the program counter, instruction register and other circuits. So the answer will be reset in. So whenever the reset in bar is low, the CPU will be start resetting the program counter, the instruction register and all some other circuits. Bit number 31. The dash signal goes to peripheral devices to reset or initialized. So the answer will be reset out. So this particular reset out goes out to the peripheral devices. So if you pass this particular signal to the peripheral devices, automatically the peripheral devices will start reset or will start reinitialize once again. Bit number 32. After receiving the dash signal, the processor temporarily stops what it was doing and returns to the input-output device. So the answer will be interrupt request. So whenever interrupt request is received, the processor, whatever work it is doing, it will halt over there. So it will halt over there and it will handles the interrupt what has been occurred to the processor. Bit number 33. Dash is an interrupt acknowledge signal which is sent by the microprocessor after INTA signal is received. So the answer will be INTA bar. So INTA bar is the interrupt acknowledge signal, so which is sent by the microprocessor whenever the INTR signal is received. So INTR stands for interrupt request and INTA bar stands for interrupt acknowledge. Bit number 34. Number of hardware interrupts of 8085 microprocessor. So basically there are 5 hardware interrupts of 8085 microprocessor. So those are interrupt request, reset 5.5, reset 6.5, reset 7.5 and trap. So these 5 are the hardware interrupts of 8085 microprocessor. Bit number 35. The dash terminal receives the serial data stream from an input device. So the answer is SID terminal. So SID stands for serial input data. So this particular terminal receives the serial data stream from an input device. Bit number 36. Dash terminals outputs the 8-bit parallel data available along with the accumulator into the serial form to the peripheral device connected with the computer. So the answer will be serial out data. So this serial out data terminal, what it will be doing is it will output the 8-bit serial data along with the accumulator into the serial form to the output device which is connected to the computer. So from bits, what we are doing on pin diagram. So if you want to understand it properly, always try to check the pin diagram of 8085 and come back here, so that it would be easy for you like to know which pins will be denoting which functionality. Bit number 37. Dash pins are to be connected to an external quartz crystal LC or RC network which drives the internal clock generator. So the answer will be X1 and X2. So this X1 and X2 pins are to be connected to the external quiet signal or either LC or RC network which drives the internal clock generator. Bit number 38. Dash is used for the on-chip oscillator for the accurate and stable clock frequency. The answer will be quartz crystal. So we use the quartz crystal in order to generate the clock signal. Bit number 39, dash signal which indicates that CPU is being reset. So the answer will be reset out. So reset out will be generally the pin number 3, so which will be indicating that CPU is being reset. Bit number 40, dash pins are used for serial data transmission. So the answer will be serial out data and serial in data terminals. So basically these are pin 4 and pin 5, so which are used for the serial data transmission. Bit number 41, dash can deliver a serial data stream to a peripheral device. So the answer will be SOD output pin, like serial out data pin. Bit number 42, on executing dash instruction, if the bit D6 is set to 1, the content of D7 bit of accumulator is latched onto the SOD pin. So the answer will be sim instruction. Bit number 43, the data on the SID line loads into accumulator at bit D7 whenever a dash is executed. So the answer will be RIM instruction. So SIM stands for set interrupt mask and RIM stands for reset interrupt mask. Bit number 44, name the interrupt pins of 8085 microprocessor and their priority. As I told you earlier, in 8085 microprocessor we are having 5 hardware interrupts. So each and 5 hardware interrupts will be having their own priority. So the highest priority will be for trap interrupt and the lowest priority will be for the interrupt request pin. So reset 7.5 will be having second priority, reset 6.5 will be having third priority, reset 5.5 will be having fourth priority. So in examination point of view, they'll be asking you which will be having highest, which will be having the lowest ones, and try to remember the pin numbers also of the interrupts. Bit number 45, dash is non-maskable interrupt which has both edge and level sensitive. The answer will be trap. So trap is a non-maskable interrupt which will be having both edge and level sensitive form. Bit number 46, dash interrupts are also called vector interrupts. So basically the interrupts called trap, reset 7.5, reset 6.5 and reset 5.5 are called vector interrupts apart from interrupt request. Bit number 47, mention the memory addresses of interrupts. So whenever interrupt occurs, the particular instruction will be starting executing from the memory location from where the interrupt has occurred. So that's the reason each and every interrupt will be having their own memory locations. For example, for trap, the memory location will be 0024 hexadecimal value. In the same case, we'll be having the memory locations for reset 7.5, reset 6.5 and reset 5.5. Bit number 48, dash is a general purpose interrupt that has lowest priority. So the lowest priority will be for interrupt request, which is pin number 10. Bit number 49, the interrupt request is enabled or disabled by the functions by the instructions dash and dash. So the interrupt request is enabled or disabled by the instructions called enable interrupt or disable interrupt. If you click on enable interrupt, the interrupt request will be enabled. If you want to disable the interrupt request, you can use DI instruction, which stands for disable interrupts. Bit number 50, dash pin indicate that the microprocessor has acknowledged the request from the peripheral device. So the answer will be interrupt acknowledge. So whenever the interrupt acknowledge signal is low, then the microprocessor will be acknowledged that it has received the interrupt request from the peripheral device. Bit number 51, when address latch enabled terminal signal is dash, the information carried out on the multiplexed address data bus is the lower 8-bit of address. So the answer will be high. So whenever address latch enabled signal is high, then the information which is carried out on the multiplexed address data bus will be the lower 8 bits of address. So if it is high, the data will be lower 8 bits. If it is low, the information on the multiplexed address data bus will be the higher 8 bits of address. So bit number 52, the dash signal separates the lower order address and data from the multiplexed address data bus. So the answer this for this one will be address latch enable. So the signal address latch enable will be used to separate the lower order address and data from the multiplexed address data bus. So hope you understand. So this is the end of part 1 video. So if you're having any queries, you can just comment on me in the comment section so that I can reply you back. So hope you have gained some valuable information by watching this video. So if you feel my content is good, informative and valuable, you can like, share and subscribe to my channel. So meet you in the next video of 805 bits part 2. So until then, keep learning and bye bye.